So you're thinking about going from sales to management. What do you need to know and why? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. Now here's the thing. A couple of the videos up front talked about the negatives of going from sales to management or some of the issues you may find. Let's talk about the good. There is good things for you going from sales to management. And one of them is at some point you've worked on a sales team where you looked at the sales manager and you're like, that manager's an idiot, right? There's no nice way to say it. There's no sugarcoating. You know it and I know it. I have worked for sales managers that are idiots. You've worked for sales managers that are idiots too. And if you go from sales to management, you have the perfect opportunity to set an agenda and do things the way that you say, like, I wish that this would happen. I wish that this would go down this way. I wish that this go down. And you have the opportunity to make that happen. It's your kingdom. It's your area. But just remember, for every action that you take, there's also a negative reaction. And so I'll work with guys who are sales managers or girls who are sales managers, and I'll say, tell me what's going on, and they'll tell me, and I'll say, oh, okay, what you're doing right here has the possibility of being a mistake, has the possibility of it being an issue. Would you like to know my solution? Because like, you don't just ever give a solution. Sometimes you got to drag that person in and get them to ask you questions, right? That's the sign of some good persuasion. And so, you know, I'll talk with people and they'll say, hey, you know, my last manager, they did this stuff and it was horrible. And I'll, hey, absolutely right. That is all horrible stuff. So what are you going to do to make it better? What are you going to do to be better as a sales manager? So one of the things I'm going to challenge you to do is take notes, and somewhere in a journal, just take a couple of notes once a week, once a month of things that you don't like that your sales manager has done, right? Because chances are good if you don't like them, there's probably some other people on the team who don't like it either. And I know, because salespeople do this, they make phone calls, they sit down in the office, they meet up for lunch, and they complain, right? As a sales manager, you have the opportunity to look around and go, how can I fix this and how can I make it better? Now, Rome wasn't built in a day, and sometimes changes inside of an organization aren't made in a day either, and you have to step in and say, what is it that I can do? What boundaries can I push? What changes can I make? And make things happen the right way. So there is some time, energy, and effort on your part, just like there is a sales process. And sometimes you have to sell the changes to the sales team. Sometimes you have to sell them all the reasons why you're making this change, and sometimes there's people who are like, I'm not going to do it, and I don't like it, and some people are like, hey, I think it's fantastic. In a room of 10 or 15 people, or 20 people, or 100 people, it's hardly ever going to be that everybody's happy with the decision that's made. There's always going to be 1 or 2 people, or 5 or 10, depending upon how big the team is, that just don't like it, okay? But as a sales manager, you have the perfect opportunity to make all those changes of things that you didn't like and that you didn't want to see. But just remember, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, there's always going to be people who are sitting on the bench and they're like, I don't like it. I'm not going to do it. I don't like it, okay? So there you go. You got one thing to do from here. Just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update that says Scott Bell Consultant sent another fantastic video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon. Aloha.